Could DJI finally have built an action camera that makes GoPro sweat? Today we're diving into the biggest leaks around the DJI Osmo Action 6 and why this one might actually change the game. I'll walk you through the new design quirks, the sensor and aperture upgrades that matter to creators, battery and performance expectations, plus pricing and possible launch timing. Stick around because near the end I'll give a quick verdict on whether you should pre-order or hold off. First up, the look. Remember that pill-shaped element under the front screen from the FCC images? It's gone. DJI seems to have swapped it for a small white square beside the Action logo, which likely houses the color temperature sensor. That little dot next to the logo could be an ambient light sensor or even a tiny mic hole. Subtle, but smart. These micro changes hint at a more refined approach to real-world usability, not just spec chasing. Tiny decisions like this are the kind of polish DJI quietly sneaks into its gear, and you notice them when you actually use the camera. Now here's the juicy bit. The Action 6 is rumored to bring variable aperture from f2 to f4. Yes, really, that gives you proper exposure control without always reaching for ND filters. Bright beach day? Stop down to f4 to keep the motion looking cinematic. Golden hour or low light. Open to f2 for cleaner, smoother footage, and even a touch of background separation. Couple that with a rumored 155-degree ultra-wide field of view, and you get an immersive look that still holds cinematic potential. For creators who shoot vlogs, POV, and B-rolls, that mix of control and wide perspective could be a real sweet spot. About the sensor size, early chatter said 1 inch, but what's more likely now is a 1/1.1-inch sensor. That's still a serious upgrade, roughly 40% larger than the Action 5 Pro's 1/1.3-inch unit. Translation: better low-light performance, cleaner shadows, and more dynamic range. When you pair that larger sensor with the variable aperture, you're not just getting brighter footage, you're getting footage that holds detail where cheap action cams clip out. That's the kind of improvement filmmakers actually feel, not just read about. Specs leak like a sieve, but these look meaningful. A new 1,950 mAh battery reportedly could push close to 4 hours of 4K recording under ideal conditions, nearly doubling prior endurance. Add allegedly 8K at 30 frames per second, rock-steady 4.0 stabilization, 10-bit color, Wi-Fi 6, and Bluetooth 5.1, and you're looking at a small powerhouse. The body is said to be slimmer and lighter, yet still IP68 rated to 20 meters with no case required. If these all land true, DJI will be undercutting rivals on price while packing in features that matter to creators. Pricing whispers put the base bundle around $329, extras at $429, and an all-in creator kit between $479 and $579. Leaks point to a launch before November 10th, with pre-orders possible in late October. So what's the verdict? If these specs hold up, the Osmo Action 6 looks like the most balanced, creator-friendly action cam DJI has made. Would I pick it over the GoPro Hero 13 Black or the Insta360 Ace Pro 2? For most creators who value low light, control, and battery life, I'm leaning toward yes. But if you want an even more dramatic redesign, you might wait for hands-on reviews. What do you think? Will you pre-order or wait for the reviews? Drop your thoughts in the comments because I want to know. What if the tiny gimbal in your pocket suddenly had 2 brains? Today we're diving into leaked photos and insider whispers that suggest the DJI Osmo Pocket 4 prototype packs a true dual-lens system, brighter screens, bigger sensors, and tracking that might finally feel magic. In this video, I'll walk you through the leaks, why the dual-camera idea is more than a flex, the real-world benefits and trade-offs, and whether you should wait for Pocket 4 or buy the Pocket 3 now. Stay tuned because the part about the drone-grade telephoto squeezed into a 190-gram body is the twist that changes everything. First up, what actually leaked. Reliable tipsters surfaced images showing two distinct modules on the gimbal head. A larger primary sensor plus a smaller telephoto unit that screams DJI Drone Heritage. The branding in the photos reads Pocket 4, and the front and rear screens are visible. If these images are legit, we're not looking at a simple refresh. This is a rethink of what a pocket gimbal camera can do. From tight teleshots without moving your feet to depth-aware tracking that uses both lenses simultaneously. Why dual lens matters. So why is two better than one here? Because one lens handles wide, the other handles reach, and together they feed richer depth and motion data into active track. That means faster, more reliable subject locks, smoother reframing, and depth-aware bokeh without needing a phone or weird attachments. Imagine switching from a wide talking head to a clean tele close-up without swapping lenses or losing your subject mid-frame. For vloggers, travel shooters, and solo creators, that convenience is a game changer. The rumor mill points to a 1-inch primary sensor around 12 megapixels with Hasselblad color tuning and a secondary high-res chip rumored to be an OmniVision 50-megapixel 1/1.3-inch unit capable of very high bitrate footage. Practically speaking, that could translate to cleaner low-light, true shallow depth options, and higher-res crops or 8K-capable workflows. Add 10-bit color, D-Log profiles, and brighter OLED screens on both sides, and you've got a device that films like a little cinema camera but fits in your palm. Trust me on this one. The combination of sensor size, color science, and tele-reach could replace a surprising number of on-the-go kit choices. Of course, leaks are leaks for a reason. Firmware, heat, battery, and price are where prototypes often get tempered. Dual sensors and dual screens will likely bump costs and power draw. Storage is rumored to be much larger than Pocket 3, which helps, but don't assume unlimited record times at the highest frame rates. And then there's the regulatory question in certain markets that could complicate support or updates. Bottom line, if you need a camera today, the Pocket 3 is still a fantastic, reliable option. If you can wait and want bleeding-edge convenience, this is worth tracking closely. The Pocket 4 leaks point to a genuine shift. Compact mechanical gimbals moving into multi-lens, depth-rich territory that blurs the line between action cams, compact cinema tools, and pro drones. It's ambitious, and if DJI pulls it off, the on-the-go toolkit for creators could change dramatically. Sound exciting or a little too sci-fi? Drop your take in the comments. What would you do with a pocket camera that can switch from wide to drone-grade tele in a heartbeat? If you found this breakdown useful, hit like, subscribe, and ring the bell so you don't miss my follow-up when more details land.